Wish we were talking about what we just talked about yesterday.
Yeah, just talk about it.
Huh?
Hey. Right. Another eye-to-eye video. Oh, we're playing chess. Watch me win this one. I want to win this one. Oh, fam. But, hey. What was I saying? Believe it. I must have been reading the paper yesterday, and I was reading something, and I was talking about how some guy paid like 2 or 3 billion pounds to go to the moon, fam. Just a normal billionaire, fam.
Yeah.
Paid 2 or 3 billion pounds to go to the moon, bro.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, bro, there's actually bare P in this world, you know.
Yeah.
There's actually bare P, fam. If everyone were to have, like, let's say, you could even give everyone 2 mil, 3 mil, and still have bare P, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But obviously, I feel like the government keep the money. But I don't even know why. Why do you think they keep that much money, though?
Money is power, that's why.
So you think but it's not like they're using it on anything, fam. They just keep it as a store. They just store it up for no reason. I'm a star, fam.
Yeah. Money is power, innit? Like, so as long as they control it, they're the ones who are in control of most of the power, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Because you need money to be able to do things, innit? Like, you know what I mean?
But do you think there's an end goal, fam?
To keep the people down, innit? Clearly.
So then if that's the case, why don't they just kill everyone, fam?
They are, just not overtly, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, not like run up in your ends and spray up the thing, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Because they can't do that, because that will generate a war, innit? So they have to be smarter about it, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they have to, like, maybe it's the food that you eat, or
So do you believe they
the shit
still
that
like?
they teach you, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Do you still feel like they capitalise on our labour? Because as I said, I think we're in a modern day. Like, I think compared to African American slavery, I think we're in a modern day slavery. Yeah. Just for the simple reason that that if you look at back in the day, yeah, they woke up early, went to bed late, yeah, just working. If they didn't work, they'll get punished to the point where their life is at risk, yeah. And they were normally working under someone who was white and had a shit ton of power, fam. You look at it today, in our society, you normally wake up at like 6 a.m, go to bed mad late, yeah. Then if you don't work, yeah, then you're potentially your life is at risk, fam, because you don't have enough money to buy what you need to buy. Yeah. All your right to food, water, shelter, all of that, you have to pay for. You get what I'm saying? So your life is at risk, and you're working under someone who's white and literally has control of your life. It's a modern day slavery. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's how they do it, innit? Like, that's what I'm saying. They're not dumb, bro. They're not dumb. Like, they know what they're doing, innit? Like, you know what I mean? That's why they teach you the things that they teach you in school, like. That's why I know that Henry VIII has got 8 wives, like. But what's that? I mean, 6 wives even. But like, I was talking about this with someone yesterday, but they won't teach you about fucking what credit is, like, you know what I mean? How to build credit, innit? They don't teach you that in school, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, things that if you're trying to better your life, you probably would want to know, like, you know what I mean?
So do you feel like they intentionally keep us in the dark just so that we fail?
Of course, because if you want power, you're not going to try and bring up everyone. That's what it is, because that's how power is, isn't it? Like the way it goes here, if everyone was supposed to be living equal, in it, like, you know what I mean? Like, then someone's going to have to give up their power, in it. Like, if all of the money in the world was distributed equally, that means the people who have most of it have to give some of it away, which means they don't have that much power anymore, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Or, like, that's exactly what it is, isn't it? So, that's what they don't want to do, innit? Like, so...
No, I hear what you're saying. But then how would you go about changing that?
Well, what you'd want to try and do is talk. Like, basically, the thing is, like, that's what it is. What you want to do is tell people like, yo, don't you think it's supposed to be like this? But they're not going to do that.
But
And so eventually you're gonna have to go and take it.
And if you were gonna change it, this is a real question. If you were gonna change it, would you change it for the black race specifically, or would you change it for people as a whole? Fam?
If you believe in love, which I believe in, it should be everyone, innit? It should be everyone should be able to live the life, like, you know what I mean, like everyone, black, white, Asian.
So even those people that are doing wrong now, fam.
If you believe in love, then technically yes, innit? Like, you know what I mean. Even though
you don't believe they deserve any punishment for what they've done, fam. Because now it comes to a point where you're thinking, rah, like if I had justice, yeah, if I was justice, would it be justifiable to kill them, fam?
But who says death is punishment?
Well, if you look back, they've killed millions of people.
Yeah.
Millions, straight up millions.
But yeah,
dead,
but
I'm pretty sure. And if we're going under, well, I don't know if I believe it, but if they've killed millions of people, I'm pretty sure they deserve to die, fam.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not God in it. Like, you know what I mean. So just because you die, it doesn't mean like if you believe in God, then you believe in a heaven and hell, innit?
Yeah.
So just because you die doesn't mean that. Just because they're killing people doesn't mean that them people are going to hell, innit? Like, if you're a good person, then upon death you're going to go to heaven.
Yeah.
Or wherever, innit? Like, you know what I mean.
So, but then
if you kill them, they might go to. Like I said, I'm not God, innit? Like, you know what I mean. Only
Yeah.
God can judge, innit? Like, you know what I mean. You can just do whatever you feel like you need to do, and then when they get to wherever it is, the pearly gates or wherever, then he'll be like, "No, you've been a fucked up person." Like, you know what I mean. So open that fucking.
So
door,
let's
innit?
say you had all the power, you still share your resources with those who have fucked you up in the past. Because it comes to a point where you think, okay, now if I had all the power, would I be self-sufficient? Would I only look after myself and make sure I survive? Or do I take it upon my responsibility to look after everyone else? And think about their well-being as well as mine? You know what I'm saying? But then again, I was thinking, fam, dude, does humanity even deserve that, fam? As I said, yeah, I was walking, I must have been on the bus, yeah, and I saw two girls literally taking the piss out of one guy, fam. Yeah, taking the right piss out of this guy. And I was thinking, bro, why, if I had all the power, would I want to come and save you, fam?
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But this is my thing, innit? Some people don't know why they do them things, like, you know what I mean? Like, some people are doing things just to fit in, innit? Like, it's what they've been taught, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know that fucking line, what's it? Jesus says, oh, forgive them for they know not what they do, innit?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Some people don't understand why they do things, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just, the world we live in has made people act like the way they do, innit? Like, you know what I mean? But I feel like it doesn't mean that they're genuinely bad people.
You just believe they don't know what they want.
They just don't, yeah, basically, innit? That they haven't looked at themselves, innit? And why they do them things, innit? Like, you know what I mean? And, like, if the world was in an ideal way, everyone would be able to understand everyone, like, like, the reason why you do things and blah, 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 innit? But because everyone's so distracted by money and the latest episode of Love Island and all of that shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, no one's actually doing no real
But do you feel like
introspection,
people care for, because right now it seems that people understand the problems of the world, it's just they choose to hide from it.
People are shook, innit?
Shook of what?
Being the one to change it.
So you're thinking everyone's just waiting for that one guy to change?
Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm saying.
The problem with that is I believe that even if that guy were to come out and be like, yeah, I'm going to change the world, yeah. Even if that guy were to come out and say I'll change the world, I feel like people still have that fear. Just because they won't, because they don't support people. I don't believe black people don't support each other. We don't, fam.
Because that's what we've been tricked into not doing it, like.
So what makes you think that one person is going to suddenly make people support each other?
If he gains enough support in it, it's not just him; it's a team thing in it. So if he gets another person, and them two people convince another two people in it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then them 4 people convince another 8 people in it, like, you know what I mean? Then by the time you know it, over 50% of the population believes this thing and is actively trying to do it, like, you know what I mean? By that time, by that time, you know what I mean? Like, it will gain some speed. Because there are some people who will, like, you know, just jump on the bandwagon, you know what I mean? But just because they jump on the bandwagon doesn't mean you don't want them on your team, like, you know what I mean?
But the problem is, yeah, I believe that even if you have people in your bandwagon, yeah, or even if you have people following you, to get them to see the vision you have is somewhat crazy, fam. Because I don't believe everyone's gonna see this the same way I do, fam. You get me? And it's because of that I'm more reluctant to even do what it is that I want to do. You get what I'm saying? In this world,
They will do.
you say that, fam.
If you have a lot of conviction, someone's gonna believe you, bro. Look at Colin Kaepernick, bro. I always said this, like I said this before, innit? Like Colin Kaepernick, he didn't know what he was doing was gonna gain that much publicity, innit? Like he just believed in it wholeheartedly, innit? Like to the point where they was like, yo, you keep doing this, you're not gonna have a job. And he was like, well, fuck that, innit? I believe there's so much that maybe I don't want your job then, innit? Like, you know what I mean? And now look at it, like, you know what I mean?
But also from a perspective of survival, fam, like if I sacrifice myself here, I have to be willing to die, because white people are in charge of our education, they are in charge of our food, they are in charge of our shelter, they're in charge of our well-being, fam. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So to go against them, it's basically suicide, fam. Literally, it's basically suicide. You know what I'm saying? Because they could strip everything from you in a matter of
But
seconds.
then you can call it martyrdom, innit? Like, you know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
As in, not killing yourself, but knowing that you might die for your cause, innit? Like, dying for your cause, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, believing something so wholeheartedly that someone might kill you, innit? Like, you know what I mean?
You know what the problem is here? I feel like when it comes to, obviously, I feel like the problem in the black community is like gang violence and stuff. But I feel like nowadays people want to do it, man.
Why?
They find that lifestyle lavish and exciting, fam. And I'm not just talking about boys, I'm talking about females as well. Females like that boy that goes with that kind of lifestyle. And if it's something they enjoy, how do you can't stop someone from doing something he enjoys, because he's just gonna find another way to do it, fam.
Because it's cool, bro. It's been...
So you're basically saying I should change what is accepted as cool.
Real talk, yeah. Like, real
To what?
talk.
To what?
To whatever it is you feel like, what's your ideal world? Like, what's your ideal world?
So my ideal world, yeah, is where everyone shares stuff equally in it, fam. No one has to work. No one has to wake up thinking, I have to do this for someone, yeah. It should be one of them ones where you go to a neighbor, yeah, and he gives you something out of the goodness of his heart, and you give him something out of the goodness of your heart, fam. It shouldn't be one of them ones where if you don't do this, I'ma do this. If you don't do that, blah, blah. So resources on this world are shared equally, fam. You know what I mean? If people just literally lived in a loving manner and a respectful manner towards everyone, yeah, we wouldn't have no problems. I don't believe money should exist, bro. I believe, because with money, yeah, I think that if money exists, it means that someone has it and someone doesn't, fam. As soon as let's say I have £2 and you have £2, yeah, as soon as I give you £1 for whatever reason, yeah, you then become richer than me, fam. And because of that, as long as there's money, there will always be rich, there will always be poor, and there will always be them people in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. But this is my thing, innit? I don't think money, like, because I used to think the same, innit? But I don't think money is the actual thing. I think it's the love of money. Like, because money is just an exchange of things. Like you could say, like, oh, 2 fish is worth a cow, innit? Or fucking 1 piece of carrot is worth some lettuce, innit? Like, it's the same thing. It's just what you class as it. But if suddenly everyone was like, the most important thing is carrots, like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna kill a man for a carrot, like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna hoard all these carrots, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that fucks people up, innit? Like, you know what I mean? You can have money and shit, like, and be like, yeah, fucking buy this and buy that, like, you know what I mean? Just exchange it. But it's them people who are like, I've got all of this money and I'm not gonna give it away to nobody, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? You have no money, innit? Like, then fuck you, like, you know what I mean?
No, but the problem with that explanation is that money, if we're talking about resources, money has zero value, fam. You can't solely survive on money, fam. But you could solely survive on having food, shelter, like natural resources, innit, yeah. So it's one of them ones where, because of that, let's say that guy was like, carrots is the most important thing in this world.
Yeah, you can just grow your own carrots, innit?
Yeah.
I hear you.
You could grow your own carrots,
Yeah.
or there's certain things that no matter what would always be an essential: shelter, food, clean water, etc. Yeah. Now let's say food is something that's really really valuable. Yeah. You would always be able to make a living out of maybe selling shelter or maybe selling water, whatever. You know what I mean? As an exchange. Whereas money, yeah, because it has no, you can't, like, it's either someone controls it or it doesn't. Yeah. You can't really use it as a form of exchange. Right? I don't believe you can use it as a form of exchange. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like in order to save the people, you need to take away money.
So,
you okay, fam?
yeah, I was just scratching myself. But like, what I asked about that was, what do you think is what your utopia or whatever, innit? Like, you just gotta make that cool, then, innit? You just gotta make loving thy neighbor cool.
But the problem is, as I said, yeah, the problem is go telling people, oh yo, having a Ferrari ain't cool, having a Lamborghini ain't cool, having a big house ain't cool. Because I feel like people are greedy, innit? So even if I lived in my utopia, I believe, and we shared things out equally, yeah, I believe greed would be a big problem, fam. Like, because in my utopia, people only take what they need, fam. They don't take excessive amounts. So for example, you won't need to overfish, bruv. As I said, in Asda, I was in Asda, I was looking at chicken drumsticks, right? So there was a pack of like 6, and a chicken drumstick is like, one drumstick is 1 leg in it, A chicken has 2 legs in it. So in a pack of 6, that's already 3 chickens, bruv. And that's only 1 pack, and this in Asda, so let's say there's 10 packs here on one shelf, fam. That's already 60 chickens, fam. No, 30 chickens, fam, because it's 3. That's already 30 chickens, bruv. Yeah. Now you think about adding that up with all the supermarkets, all the butchers, fam, all of them, and you think, bro, we are actually mass murdering chickens and stuff. And not even, it's not like every chicken's gonna be bought, fam. These things go moldy and stuff, and you know what I'm saying?
Thrown away and shit.
They're thrown away, bruv. It's actually stupid. I was watching a documentary and I saw when they picked up the net, bro, they looked like there was millions of fish in this one net. I'm thinking, bro, not that many people eat fish, bruv. There's no way. I know there's a lot of pescatarians in the world, but not all of them eat that amount of fish, bruv. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking, bro, it's eventually gonna run out, and when it runs out, what happens next, man? We all just gonna fight over it. Fight over what?
It's not all gonna run out.
It's gonna run out.
I don't think animals will run out. Like, you know? Actually, you can fish them into extinction and shit, but I hear what you're saying. Still.
But if we keep on killing them faster than they can reproduce, they are eventually gonna run out. Even if it seems like there's 1 less fish each year, fam.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If there's 1 less fish each year, in a million years' time, there's 1 million less fish, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And that's only for 1 less fish. I think we take out like 1,000 fish out of the sea, 2,000 fish out of the sea each year, fam. Even more than that. So eventually it's gonna run out, bro.
People just need to, because you're right. People are greedy, innit? People like to take more than they need, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the same thing with these billionaires, innit? Like, you know what I mean? You don't need 7 houses. You don't need 40 cars. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need all of that shit. Like, 1 house is cool, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, 1 car is cool. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying don't get no cars and no houses, but you don't need 7 of them. You don't need a fucking 30-yard mansion and 30-house mansion, but it's only you, your wife, and your 2 kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucked, innit? Like,
so that's what I'm saying. When I'm saying that, okay, in my utopia, we're gonna live equally. I feel like breeding out the sense of greed from humanity.
It can happen though, innit?
How though? How?
Me personally, I think it's the kids, innit? Because there are adults who are just set in their ways, innit? Like, there's nothing you can do, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Once you hit a certain age, this is the way I see the world, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Not everyone, innit? Like, but it's harder to change them. Whereas with kids, you can mold them because they are sponges, innit? Like, they learn whatever is around them, innit? So if you teach them a certain thing, then that's what they're gonna know, innit? Like, it's like a language, innit? Like, Spanish kids know Spanish because they've been taught Spanish, innit? Like, the only one they know English as well is if they learn English at the same time, innit? Like, you know what I mean?
But nowadays, a lot of youngers I know, are preying the adults and seeing drill music and seeing their mums be skets, fam. Yeah, and they just love that lifestyle, fam. Mums, the amount of kids I'd be like, oh yeah, I know this guy from Church Road, I know this guy from East, from South, etc. I'm thinking, bro, fam.
Is this cool?
Why do you, fam?
It's cool. That's what's on the TV.
So how
the
do you
mainstream.
get? How do you get them from seeing that to seeing, okay, yeah, black people are being mass murdered, basically?
Because what I feel like they
by,
what say again? Say again.
I'm saying, how do you get them from seeing that it's cool to kill each other and that blah 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 to seeing it's not okay for black people to be mass murdering each other and being murdered by white people?
Because it's the love of money, innit?
Subliminally.
Because I feel like, especially with music, innit, like a lot of these people who are making music are rich as fuck, innit? So people are like, well, they're rich, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Talking about this type of shit, so man's gonna follow that.